So the history of animation started in 3000 BC when someone in Iran made a pot depicting goats leaping. This was called Shari Sukte. There was also the Vitruvian Man made by Leonardo da Vinci in 1500 AD, which showed how a character's limbs could move. Now without further ado, hello and welcome to the Industrial Revolution animation highlights. Number 1. The Magic Lantern, a projector that could project moving sheets. Number 2. Phenaketoscope, which had spinning discs reflected in mirrors. And number 3. The kineograph, also known as the flip book. Then came the silent era in the 1900s, an era when animation and media went on the big screen for the first time. Movies that came with that were humorous phases of Funny Faces, Gertie the Dinosaur, and of course, Felix the Cat. But there was one mouse that changed the animation industry forever. Mickey Mouse. In 1928, Steamboat Willie premiered in the Colony Theater, and also came with it an end of an era. Then the Golden Age came, which is where theatrical showing of animation really hit the mainstream. In 1937, Disney's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs became the first animated feature with hand-drawn animation. 1.5 million cells got used in the making. But, in the 60s, there was a problem. American families liked to watch the now popular TV instead of watching on the big screen. Because of the giant success, companies made shows to run on TV. The Flintstones became the first animated show on primetime TV. Astro Boy became the first anime to be aired in America. And the Pink Panther got an Academy Award for Best Short Film. This era is shocking. In the 70s and the 80s, people were playing around with a virtual animation with computers, aka CGI. Pixar used to make commercials for companies with this stuff and used it for a short film, The Adventures of Andre and Wally B, in 1984, years before they collaborated with Disney and made it big. But the 90s are where it's at. Toy Story released and became not just a big box office success, but also the first fully CGI film. Several cartoons were made and The Simpsons got popular. Really big decade for animation. By the 2000s, the traditional way of animation from cells got switched to digital animation software, so less and less shows used cells until it was shoved to the side altogether. DVDs were the big craze back then, like VHS in the 90s, and shows were always being put on them. And that is a look at what made animation animation. Thank you.